KOMU 8 News at 10 starts with breaking news.
$100 million. That's how much Ryan Ferguson is seeking in a lawsuit against the city of Columbia and Boone County. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Brittany Pieper. KOMU 8 just spoke to Ryan's father, Bill Ferguson, who confirmed the lawsuit. He also confirmed the defendants in the case include former prosecutor Kevin Crane and former Columbia Police Chief Randy Boehm, among others. Ryan Ferguson is suing the defendants for what the lawsuit says was, quote, their abuse of power in manipulating our justice system to convict Ryan. The lawsuit alleges 9 charges, including destruction of evidence and malicious prosecution. Today marks 10 years since Ferguson's arrest. He was released from prison in November 2013 after his murder conviction was vacated. He spent more than 9.5 years behind bars. For the full lawsuit and a description of all 9 charges, you can visit our website, KOMU.com. And we're following more developing news. Just after 8 tonight, 2 people were hospitalized after a 2-car crash on Highway 63 North. 15 firefighters responded to the crash that happened near the Finger Lakes. Crews got out one driver who was pinned inside her car. Both were taken to University Hospital. So far, we do not have any updates on their condition.
The weather is a welcome change, but made for dangerous conditions today. The Columbia and Boone County Fire Departments responded to several calls for brush fires. KOMU 8's Nick Chaveria went out to 2 of those fires and tells us how the weather played a role. Nick?
Yeah, no doubt. Some got outside today to enjoy the weather, but warmer. Reporting live in Columbia, Nick Chaveria, KOMU 8 News.
Columbia Public Schools announced funding plans for its proposed nature school tonight. The Missouri Department of Natural Resources has agreed to pay for 1/3 of the $1.2 million cost to build a nature school for 5th graders in Columbia. CPS will also pay 1/3, with the remaining amount coming from outside agencies. They've also officially agreed to allow CPS to build the 100-student school in Rockbridge State Park. The district says the nature school will set itself apart in its curriculum.
The education is going to be more integrated, and it's going to be application-based. They will not see every single day separate times in what we call them educational silos in math, language arts, social studies, and science, because that's not how the real world is. We're going to try to mimic that, and it's going to be blended.
When it opens in the fall of 2015, it will be the first nature school in the nation to be in a state park and will pick students based on a lottery system.
The Missouri House Committee is hearing a bill that would legalize marijuana and tax it like alcohol. The bill would allow anyone who is 21 and older to sell, manufacture, or use marijuana. Representative Chris Kelly says the bill is very similar to legislation passed in Colorado and Washington. Supporters and opponents testified in front of the committee. Both sides brought statistics and stories supporting their argument. A group called Show Me Cannabis filed petitions with the Secretary of State to change the law. Those efforts are sidelined for now. Kelly and Show Me Chairman Dan Viets say the legislative route is the better way to go.
It's far cheaper and far easier if the legislature will pass this proposal than for us to gather 160,000 signatures and launch a statewide campaign. Obviously, we would prefer the legislature pass this.
The important thing is here is we've wasted billions of dollars chasing marijuana, and we probably haven't stopped one person from smoking one marijuana joint. And yet we've ruined thousands of young people's lives. It's time to stop.
The executive director of the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse in St. Louis says his organization is against the legalization of marijuana. He says the answer lies in the middle by decriminalizing marijuana and making sure Missourians know it can be harmful.
A Cole County judge has denied a request from Melissa Bustamante to set aside her guilty plea from a second-degree murder charge back in February 2012. She pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and armed criminal action in the October 2009 killing of her 9-year-old neighbor in St. Martin's. She petitioned to have her conviction thrown out in November, just one day after Ryan Ferguson left prison a free man. Judge Patricia Joyce of Cole County denied her request Thursday. Bustamante testified in court January 30th, saying she would not have pleaded guilty if she'd known about a U.S. Supreme Court decision involving juvenile murder defendants. Bustamante was 15 at the time of the murder. Her attorney says her due process rights were violated and that she faced cruel and unusual punishment. Her lawyer also argued her public defenders were not effective. A preliminary hearing date is now set for the middle school football coach accused of kidnapping and killing 10-year-old Haley Owens in Springfield. A judge scheduled Craig Michael Wood's hearing for 9 a.m. on April 2nd at the Greene County Courthouse. Wood remains in jail without bond. Police say Owens was walking near her Springfield home when she was abducted. Authorities say they found her body in Wood's basement later that day.
A hog virus sweeping the country means mid-Missourians could see record high pork prices very soon. The virus is almost always fatal in young piglets. So far, 4 to 5 million pigs have died from the disease nationwide, and 58 pig farms in Missouri have seen an outbreak of the disease. Missouri pork producer Kenny Brinker says his pigs have not been hit yet with the virus, but knows what the future holds.
Hog prices right now on the futures board are at record high for all summer months. It looks like this summer we may see a very dramatic decrease in the amount of pigs that are ready for slaughter, and it's really going to impact the market, I think, negatively long term.
Pork prices could increase by as much as 10%. Only pigs can get the virus, and there is no danger to anyone eating pork. What a beautiful day outside. Let's send it over to Rosie for a check of the forecast.
Companies across the country are searching for technicians with a special skill set. Coming up, hear how a new program at one Mid-Missouri school is helping fill that demand.
Plus, new local technology could make you feel safer during dangerous situations.